cool, pretty cool, doing stuff pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool, doing stuff pretty cool. Yeah.
They said it couldn't be done, and they were ready. The haters were coming out, and they're like, so you did 2 podcasts in a row, and now you think you're going to do it forever. But we did skip a few weeks. But we're back. Normally we go, we're going to do this forever, and then a year later we come out with our next one.
I don't think any of that's true.
No, the haters have been all online. They've been like, Mike's an idiot. Your band is terrible. I hate your podcast.
And there's one of them's names is
that
Chris.
was just your brother that posted all that stuff.
Well, I think
Everyone
Sioux
knows
Schulte
he
said
hates
something
you.
mean too, I think. It's weird. My brother hates me. He does, and I love Trom. Everybody, welcome back. We are here at the Pretty Cool Podcast. We are in Clinton, Iowa at the Wild Rose Casino.
Casino tour.
Casino, a
Casino
resort.
tour.
Are we on a casino tour officially?
We are
Kind of.
technically on a mini tour.
A mini casino tour. Last night
And
we
that
were.
doesn't mean that the casinos are tiny. Just wanted to clarify.
Does it though?
I'm glad you clarified. I was confused.
Yeah.
A lot of the haters were also commenting about how quiet Corey is on a microphone.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, they were like, Corey, you're so soft-spoken.
We just need to make more space for
More
you
lies.
to express, maybe. It's actually our fault.
Well, I guess I could talk a little bit about how I feel right now. My last thing that I was thinking about is this place is Wild Rose Casino and then space, a resort. So I guess I don't know what a resort is.
What do you think? Do you think to be a resort you have to have more than one attraction on site?
I think-
Massages.
Okay. Do they have
They have
massages? here?
massages here?
Probably. If it says
I would say-
resort, they have massages.
What is the
Okay.
definition
That's
of
a-
resort?
A resort.
Yeah. Ask Siri.
Siri, what is... Hold on, we're going to find
This
out.
would be a perfect timing for you to have that plugged in.
Ah, damn it. Hey, Siri,
Watch your mouth.
what is the definition of a resort?
A resort.
Cool phone.
Yeah, phones are dumb. Anyway,
Sweet phone, Mike.
what do you think the definition of a resort is?
I don't know. You were supposed to ask Siri.
I know the
definition of
proper-
resort is a place that is a popular destination for vacations or recreation or which is frequented for a particular purpose.
Okay.
Corey was right.
So
Okay.
That was pretty much nail on the head, Corey.
So frequently people gamble at casinos. So technically
Recreationally.
they are a resort.
But also
a
massage.
resort.
A resort.
It could be
I don't think they have
unsanctioned.
massages here.
It could be unsanctioned massage too. You know, like just your friends, like
They,
just you know,
Don't.
whoa.
get in there.
Don't.
Don't.
Unsanctioned massage is not okay.
Do you
Do you-
guys have a friend that does that? Like
Does what?
Come
No.
up and give you the weird back massage?
No, those aren't friends.
I
Yeah,
was
I do.
gonna
He's
say.
not my
if
friend.
someone did that to me, they would no longer be my friend.
we
were
all
friends.
we all know who that person is.
Yeah.
we were friends.
Who is it?
I can't say on the podcast.
Can you tell me? Can I bleep it out and you tell me right now?
You write
I'll
it
bleep
down on
out.
a slip of paper.
Just tell me. I'll bleep it out.
I'm not saying it on a hot mic.
Yeah.
You'll have it forever.
They,
and you
they
can
always
blackmail
say,
me.
They always say on podcasts. They always say, "Oh, I'll tell you later off mic."
Off mic.
It's the technical.
What about on mic?
On my
It mean a lot. Mean a
Gross.
lot of things when you're in the band, Mike.
Okay.
sounds a lot like a massage.
Enough.
So now we've cleared up the resort thing.
Okay, anyway, do you remember the last time we were here? Do you remember what we did for after hours when we were here last time? It just popped in my head.
We pulled the gigantic lever on the slot machine.
oh,
yes! That was
so,
this one?
Yep.
so we were here, I want to call it probably summertime last year.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the weather was bad. This was our first trip to Clinton. We ended up playing inside. It was a fun time.
A little
but, like,
COVID-y at the time.
Little COVID-y. So we had some fun, but what we did was we went and drank copiously at the bar of the casino. And then I was like, guys, I'm going to gamble. And so I went and sat down at like a Wheel of Fortune game that had a giant handle. And I was pulling the handle. And remember, we hit like a progressive thing where it was like making all these noises. And it was like, and we were
Bonus games.
screaming. We were like, yeah, to where a crowd of people came around us. And I think I won $25.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I thought you actually won money based on how you were talking.
We
It was
hadn't,
awesome.
at least I hadn't personally done much gambling before. And so being a part of it and feeling the collective effervescence of Mike's excitement and winning $17, I was like so jacked. We were so loud. And to the point, like you said, where everyone in the place was like, we better get on that machine. It's hot right now.
Well, it's another way to filter friends too, because I mean, if they're disappointed by celebrating that our friend is winning any amount of money, then their friendship is just based on the amount of money that you're winning.
That
very-
guy
very
that came up,
insightful.
You don't want to be friends with that person.
No.
the
very
one
true.
guy that came up behind me and gave me that really nice massage too. Like we still keep in touch.
We know who he is. We know who you are.
We
You know
still
who you
keep
are.
in touch. Oh,
You just every once in a while text him like, "Hey, remember that massage?"
Remember that quick
Thanks.
massage you gave me on my back? That was nice.
Thanks.
well, interesting fun fact for you guys. 3 of our last 6 shows have been at casinos. The last time that we played a show where we podcasted was at Sioux City Hard Rock.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was where the security guard scared us and came from behind and offered to do cavity
searches?
after massaging us, of course. How was the show
Was
for
there
you in Sioux
massaging?
City, man? You like that place?
It's one of my favorite places. Hairball. Our friends were playing across the street and stole most of our crowd, but it was still awesome.
Yeah.
It's always, as a band, it's I'm trying to think of the equivalent for the lay person, but to arrive into town and be excited about a show and to turn the corner and see that across the street a band like Hairball is also playing that night, it's a gut punch is
It's
really
like,
what it is.
Isn't it kind of like if a actual giant, cool, like shaved ice snow machine like truck pulled up right next to a kid's
Yeah, it's
lemonade
just like
stand?
that.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're like, I got my lemonade already. Let's do this. You just put your sign out, and then you hear like the faint like music of like ding, 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 and then the truck pulls up, and like the driver
It's
just
still
is like,
going.
Yeah.
You guys gave up on Jerry too quickly. I love that analogy.
Thank
Jerry.
you.
I thought that was fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, it was probably fine. I just was being a jerk.
I know you gave up, and you have to commit to it because you're Mason
Yep.
Grieve, right?
And we just got to say, too, that, like, man, Hairball, those guys are incredible.
They're
and
amazing.
We've actually
They're
played with
awesome.
them a few times, and it's been pretty awesome. We will play with them again.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Hopefully.
that's the idea, right?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, we were a little, I think we talked about it in the last episode, we were a little nervous, at least I was, about showing up and trying to play in front of their crowd, you know, which is maybe what other bands feel about opening up for us. But their crowd was absolutely incredibly attentive. A lot of them have come to shows since saying, hey, I
Yeah,
first saw you
yeah.
at Hairball. Like, that was
I think
awesome.
we had a lot of our crowd in their crowd, though.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean?
But even that last Willis show, I mean, there was probably the last Willis show and Pella that we did the Pella Opera House last week. They were like, well, first time we saw you was with Hairball. First time we saw you was with Hairball. So like, Hairball's fans are not just Hairball fans; they are
Yeah.
fans of music. And
Entertainment.
if you have a chance to go see Hairball, do it. 'Cause
Highly recommended.
it is a 10 out of 10
It was
slaughter
fantastic.
fest of joy.
I
Does
can
that make
s-
sense?
Absolutely.
best
I can
time.
see how I think it's easy for other musicians to go, oh, Hairball, like they're not even that good. They got
No, they're
pyrotechnics,
amazing.
More
or like,
lies.
whatever. They are unbelievable
Yes.
at what they do,
They
and
are
they've
masters
perfected
of their
it.
craft.
And to know that you're that good to where almost every other band in the Midwest is trying to steal every aspect of your show and advertising to like try to follow in your footsteps. That's a sign of how incredible you are.
Yeah.
You know who you are out there. If you do the same things they do, it's fine. It's a tried and true method.
Yeah.
But they were the pioneers as far as I'm concerned, and they deserve to be in the Midwest Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Correct.
We're not live.
What?
We're not live.
We're not live.
Okay, so we did Sioux City. Then after that, we went to Omaha. I'm telling you, I love playing in Omaha.
Can you
It's
give
one
me
of my
an example
favorites.
of why?
It's one of my favorite places. I don't know why. People are always so amped up
Yep.
when we play there. Do you remember, like, we walk on stage for the show, and they're just like,
They were amped.
It reminded me of the hub a little bit.
Yeah,
last
it
show.
has a very hub feel.
Yeah.
Actually, Michael, now that you point that out, that's true. Because I've like when we walk out on stage, for years I've always felt like stupid. Like I don't exactly know what to do when I get out there. Like I want to portray like I'm excited, but we're not basketball players, so like don't jump up and down or something, you know. And so like my latest thing now is I walk up to the front and I'll start high-fiving people. Like I'm just like, let me go out and give some high fives. Let's see how this goes.
I think they liked it last night.
Well, last night, there was like a couple people that were like, cool, we high five, he's ready. And then a couple of the people were like, we don't know each other. Why are you trying to high five me? And so like, no, just go with it. There's a back rub next. But anyways,
gross.
but when in Omaha, I remember when I went out to Omaha, like when I went out front, it was like they more people rushed up. They're like, I want a high five too. And I was like, these people are ready. That was a long way to say what Mike said also.
I made a grave crowd mistake last night in Dubuque.
What?
It was an all-ages show last night, so there was a kid who was like 10 years old, and he kept waving to me like, hey, I like your bands. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool, kid. And I gave him a guitar pick, and that was a problem because then like 6 other kids came up to the stage and were like,
Please, sir, I want some more.
Mister, help me, please.
He's
And,
giving out
he's
picks.
Giving out guitar picks.
And
We don't even know what those are.
We had a new tech who did super awesome, but I was like, hey, man, I need some more picks, and he only brought me 1. So I was disappointing children last night.
Yep.
I had a very cool moment last night. I walked on stage for our intro, and I stood up on my drum set, and I went, yeah. And everybody just went. And then you guys came on stage, and everybody's like, yeah! Wow. Okay. Just me, the drummer. No big deal, guys. Sorry about that.
You're a big deal, Mike.
You're a big.
Not really.
They screamed when you got on your stool during Halo.
Yeah, because they were drunk.
Oh.
They only love me because they're drunk, Jerry.
It was a lie. It was a
State
lie
dependent
cheer.
State-dependent love, is that what you said?
State dependent love.
We only love
Band
the
name, I call it.
State-dependent love. So do you think that's a thing? Like, so we've done that before. Maybe once in the last 10 years we've played a show where we were totally sober, and it felt weird. Everything felt off. It was just like, this is weird. This is not how we normally play music. And then I remember we all kind of grabbed a drink and went, there it is. Oh,
There you go.
state-dependent learning. Isn't that what that's called?
It's definitely a thing.
So
It's
do you think
real.
our crowd has the same thing?
State dependent watching,
State-dependent enjoyment?
viewing.
Love.
State-dependent love.
I keep thinking you're saying steak. Steak dependent.
Steak-dependent love.
Halfway through the steak, he's like, "This is tofurkey." What?
No, it's the Chris Farley Colombian Crystals coffee commercial. do you remember that
I
one?
don't understand either of those references.
Okay.
There- I won't even try to explain it. So, what did we do?
On TV?
What did we do after Omaha? We had a few weeks off, and then we went to the Pella Opera House. That was awesome.
Yes, that was
pretty cool
very
show.
cool.
You know, you don't really know what to expect. Number one, when you're going to a new town, but number two, when you're going to a very prestigious, what was that, 150 years old building of this like little mini Paramount Theater, and it's like, well, is this fine? Are they gonna like this? Are they gonna kick us out?
I don't think anybody thinks that except you. Sometimes.
Come on over. Come on over.
I think you're the only one.
Come on.
It's okay.
We
You're
got a
safe.
podcast guest here potentially.
Podcast guest.
No, Mike, I started laughing because when you said like 150 years old, I remember I got like the best laugh I got that night was when I was like, it's been great to be in this beautiful place. It's over 30 years old. And everyone in the place like really started laughing. Hi.
So I now understand why Mike always asks the question, "Is this fun?" Because people really care about that. Did you just hear her? She was so sweet.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a fun night. I appreciate that.
If
about
people
her.
are having fun, they're having a
I
good time.
appreciate that too.
Really. Diane,
Obviously, if people are having
Fun-
fun, they are having a good night.
fun equals good time, you guys. We just had Diane staff here, member
Wow,
here at Wild
thanks
Rose.
for that, mind blower.
I'm a philosophizer, okay, you guys?
Hello.
Fun equals good time. We just learned that today, just now. Thanks, Mike.
E equals MC squared. Fun equals good time. Mike. Mike.
I'm inspired
R.I.P.
over here.
Yeah. I thought Pella was pretty cool because it was just
Old wooden ship.
that's a particularly help me out with this. Like that town in general is very
It's adorable.
conservative, right?
it-
Like in the aspect of they know their history, they're protective of it. The gal, what was her name? One of the gals that worked there, she said that like you can't mow your lawn on Sundays in that town.
If you live in Pella and you're watching this, like we would like additional confirmation that that's true.
It is
Yes.
a town rife with awesome culture, beautiful architecture, and great Sunday programming that is not mowing your lawn.
It is a unique experience from the moment you drive into
Yeah.
that city. I mean, there is absolutely a vibe and a look, and you like everyone should go to Pella. I mean,
The windows were incredible.
yeah,
Yes.
All of
Oh,
the
gee.
the windows.
he's making a
Pella Corporation, Michael.
Oh, Mace. Dad jokes.
Remember, fun
slow
equals
burn
good time.
on that one.
Can we get
Hey,
that?
sorry,
can
I'm
we,
not a
can
dad.
we
I
get
don't have
that
dad
sound
jokes.
bite? That
Or just
Or
keep
replace
yours.
it with that.
yes, yes.
Pella, I'm just saying, Pella makes great
that
windows,
Nice.
great windows, and great opera houses. Actually, if you do go there to visit, walk around, go see the Pella Opera House, you can do like a day tour of it or something like that. I think it was a pretty fun time.
That was nice.
Where else? So we also did a wedding. We played a private party.
Yep.
Many people don't know that. Corey, how often do you and our agents at Atomic get notes that's like, "Do you play weddings? We would really love to know that."
Quite often, and at Atomic Music Group, they can certainly hook you up with any wedding band that suits your entertainment needs at the budget that suits your needs.
What do you think the biggest? What do you think the best thing about playing weddings are, and the worst thing about playing weddings are, as the Pork Tornadoes?
Jerry, go first.
Jerry, you go first.
Best thing about playing weddings is you do get to be like a part of someone's like really a formative memory for someone, and I think as a musician and as a band, like oftentimes you'll make lifelong fans by being a part of their day, and they're like, hey, because we hear that all the time, like, yeah, you played our wedding, and I'll be like, I don't remember, and then they're like, and they're like. It's a thing that they go to do to, to like remember that and to celebrate that and make new memories too. And like, so that part of it is really, really awesome. The worst thing about weddings is probably that it is a little bit higher stakes, where like, because we do this every week. But usually with a wedding, a lot of times all those people, that's their first and only one that they're going to do. And so it's like their first show, and we're on our 5 millionth show. And so they're like, well, what about microphones? And we're like, we have microphones.
You bring your own microphones.
Yeah. Like, what about lights? We don't have those in the weddings today. And you're like, well, we have those.
Yep.
So I think, dealing with that, like, let us, just like your caterer, you're not in there trying to like change the recipe. Like, don't worry about your band. We got you.
Your band. What do you think, Cor?
I think the most interesting thing is normally when we're putting on a show, we have we have very strict hospitality rider, technical specs, and it's harder to complain or if you don't get those things, ask for them on a day like that because you are not the priority. So if something's wrong, it's like you kind of this weird dance like, hey, you got to do what you said you were going to do, but
I know that you're about ready to walk down the altar.
So
You're trying to take a picture with Grandma.
Walk down the altar.
yeah, that's probably the most interesting part to me, besides the ghosts.
Besides the what?
The ghosts.
Interesting, the ghosts.
You got anything to add to that?
I don't know through their ramblings if either of them mentioned. I kind of like the fact that the people that have to attend that wedding might not be the normal people that come out to see us play
That's
at
a good
the bar.
plus,
So we gain new fans in the entirety, not just the bride and groom. But the worst part about it would definitely be the misunderstanding that we are not strictly a wedding band and we will play at rock and roll volume until the bride and groom, our bosses, tell us to turn it down.
Excuse me, Grandma? Grandma's having a hard
Death
time with this.
always wants us to turn it down.
Grandma death.
Remember that one time when the lady was like, there are children here.
Think of the children.
Think of the children.
Just shaking the finger.
Super angry. Like
that was
super
Des
angry.
Moines, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the same wedding that I busted
No, it
my
was Des
car.
Moines.
Oh, yeah, it was
The tea room.
In the basement of the tea room.
Yeah.
That was an interesting thing because we were
Horrible weekend.
normally people aren't there when we sound check, and sound checks are interesting and loud, but this somehow happened that the entire bridal party and their family was all standing right in front of the stage while we sound checked, and Grandma was not a fan.
Nope.
And she told us, think of the children.
Well, and I we always tell the like either an event planner or the bride and groom, whoever it is, like we're always like, hey, we have headphones that we wear during the concert. You can turn the system off and we can hear ourselves, but you are the sound czar. There, our team will turn the volume down, but only if you say it.
Yep.
It can't
And
be like
also,
anyone else.
You can't base our show volume off of what our sound check volume was.
No.
Think of the
'Cause we always sound check at max level and then bring it down.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we used to play without a sound guy and we brought our Bose towers and we bought that feedback buster?
Yeah.
It was basically this program that you allow your microphones to feed back, and this program would find the frequency and pull those frequency out. But that was always the worst moment. You're sitting in a bar, there's people eating dinner, and you're trying to like let them know that you're
Ring
not
the system out.
that you know what you're doing, but because they all look at you like, "What are you doing? You don't know what you're doing." We're like, "Well, we kind of do."
Is this your first concert?
I'll never forget playing with in-ears with the Bose system for the very first time at Cedar River Landing and not knowing how to get it to work. Actually, basically every show we ever played at Cedar River Landing had issues, didn't it?
The stage is really weird, so it was hard to put a PA system on it.
They're tiny.
Yeah.
And I think we called Doug. I think we were like, Doug, you have to come down here and fix this for us. I don't even remember how we got it fixed or what the problem was, but that was a
neither.
mess. What a mess.
It was a mess.
The whole wedding thing, though, I believe, I didn't keep exact count of it, but I think we've played about 65 weddings. in our
65
career,
million weddings.
which is kind of insane if you think about it.
Well, and what the crazier stat that you told me the other day was that all 65 of those couples are still together and happy.
Can you
and so
believe
like
that?
is, I was like,
Yeah, I made sure to call every single one of them and be like, "You still together?"
yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah."
What was your name?
Is that your Macho
mind,
Man
bye.
Randy Savage voice?
Are you still together? Is that good?
No.
No.
I don't think any of this is funny.
I thought it
None
was
of this-
hilarious.
None of this is funny.
Well,
Let's
nobody
scrap the
said-
whole thing.
It's very
Nobody said any
sad.
drinks.
Turn it off. Turn the cameras off.
Turn
Turn the cameras off. Get on the scale. Get off the
Get
scale.
off the scale.
But then last night we were in Dubuque. I thought that was a great time. We love the people at the Q casinos. We generally always tie one on to the Q casinos, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh. We took our DHM detox, our no days wasted. Actually,
Sure did.
Mason didn't.
Sure didn't.
No, if
Turns out it doesn't work if you don't take it.
You got to take it.
Yep.
it is summertime, though. You guys should get on. You use the promo code PORKT20 at DHMDetox.com. You got to get the medicines that we like to use because this summer, I think that was our first outdoor show of the summer, and I think if it's any indication of how things are going to go, I think it's going to be a long, crazy nut summer.
What
That
that?
sounds really nice.
A long, hard. It's going to be a long, hard, crazy nut summer.
You heard it here
Glad
first,
you put
everybody,
long
from
hard
Mike
in there,
Schulte.
too,
It's
'cause
going to be a long, greasy, sweaty, hard nut life summer.
Oh, hey, we need to. I just remember
thank
this.
you.
I just
dick
remember this
summer.
right now, Mike.
It's going to dicks.
We need to figure out who's taller, you or me, because I was in the elevator this morning leaving the hotel, and I was obviously shorter than Corey and Mason.
Yep.
But
Older, too.
I wasn't sure if I was shorter than you.
Oh, so you want to see who the shortest
I want to
member
know
of
who
the
the
band is?
shortest pork tornado is.
Do you want to do it real quick on air
Should we?
so we can tell people? All right.
Should we?
You guys got to break this
I
down
got
for
cowboy
us, okay?
boots on here.
Corey, describe what's happening.
Mike is slowly getting up and
up a little.
back to back.
Back to back. Hats off.
All right. Mike's wiping the sweat off his brow in anticipation.
You're also wearing boots.
let's see how much taller he is. Quite a bit.
What's the verdict? So,
But he also has high boots on.
well, you have shoes on, decently high shoes.
Do you guys know how tall you are?
I'm 6'4".
I always assumed I was 5'12".
I'm 5'13".
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Okay, Jerry, let's just agree that we never measure again and we are both equal height. So
That is the most boring way.
then take your shoes off when we're done recording.
All right.
What's it say on your driver's license?
Well, that's just what you tell them.
Yeah, but what's it
It's
say?
not like there's a
Well,
lady
yeah,
there.
but I
want
wanna
to
know what you- I wanna know what you
Everyone
tell
knows you're
I
about
put
a half.
5'10".
Okay, so did I. Let me double check. Which means we're both probably
How tall are you,
5'9".
Core?
5'11 and a half.
Not true.
What do
5'10",
you
Jerry.
tell him at the DMV?
5'11.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the tallest pork tornado?
Yeah. You 6
Wow.
foot?
Yeah.
Damn, dude,
Well,
you're
well,
6
well,
foot.
well.
Just a handsome young man right
Mike,
there.
I think you're the shortest. The boots
That's
aren't
fine.
cutting it.
I have bad posture.
You're also the fastest, though.
Oh, it
Yeah.
sounds like the band is
The
starting.
shortest is the fastest.
The shortest, fastest pork tornado.
Shortest, fastest
Mike,
pork
you
tee.
should see his stubby little legs go.
Should we talk about some
Adorable.
upcoming shows real quick
Yes,
before they get
upcoming
going?
shows before the band Tokyo Train begins the show here in Clinton.
Not
We
to
are
be
going to
confused with
be
Tokyo Police Club.
this upcoming weekend. We're going to be at Adventureland for our only Des Moines show of the summer.
wow.
Only.
Oh, wow.
You,
That's a double
price,
header weekend, too,
Price
isn't
of admission to the park gets you to see the pork tees on Friday night, June 3rd, June 4th. Stone Pier Summer Concert Series, the only band ever to be invited back for a second year in a row. He told me that, Tom Bolin.
Really?
did.
Tom
He said
Bolin.
no band ever gets invited back for a second year.
Cool.
And we will be back in Lakeview, Iowa on Saturday, June 4th. Then we are, the following weekend, Saturday, June 11th, we are at Vinton Rock Fest.
Vinton Rock Fest.
Which was called Country Music Fest, and I think they just kept the domain.
Right.
So don't be scared off that. Although the way
Don't-
Mason's been listening to road country lately, I think we might end up playing some country
I think we're
music.
going to be a country band.
And then the weekend after that, we are in Eagle Grove for Summerfest on the 18th. And then we are returning to Cedar Falls for the Cedar Basin Music Festival. Don't
Hell yeah.
cross the river. We're right next to the Ice House, Cedar Basin Music Festival.
With Matty Poppy and Stable Days Reunion.
and Not Quite Brothers and a bunch of other great bands.
Awesome
So I think
bands.
we'll probably just see you guys then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have the best day of your life. Cue the music. Hit the top right one for me. Thanks so much. There you go. It's called. My mic's falling off. I'm getting lower and lower as we go here.
See, he is the shortest one.
Help! I have bad posture, Jerry. Okay.
Is this a new Exit theme song?
Help!
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. I can't. What's happening?
Oh, no, Michael.
I know. Hold on.